supported 600 organizations. Employees gave back over $200,000 and logged nearly 5,000 volunteer hours across Louisiana, all in 2023. That's what keeps CLECO energized.
Hey, good morning, everyone. It is looking lovely out there on Sibley Lake this morning. What a day to be out there. 80 degrees. Most importantly, dew point is down to 67, and it's going to continue to trend downward over the next, I guess the next 24 hours or so. We should get dew points into the 50s. Right now, they're up in the southern Kentucky, northern Tennessee area, but they're coming this way as that cooler, drier air does get on down from the northeast to the southwest. There's a look at the Red River. We're looking at water today, and looks beautiful out there as well. Dew point at the hospital at Rapides Regional Medical Center, 67. So this is down from like near 80 just a couple of days ago. We did clear things out a little bit yesterday, had a nice little break there behind those crazy storms as the clouds lingered, and we're down to 400 power outages. Good work, power crews. It looks like we are pretty much back online. I know a few of you are not, but I'm guessing that'll be fairly quick here across the area today. So radar is showing some scattered showers and storms way off to the southwest. We have one lone storm there off the coast of southwest Louisiana, and that's also where we have our one lingering heat alert here. Western Cameron Parish looks like you're still in that heat advisory. The drier air has moved in across most of the area, so dew points, 67, you're still feeling it, but tomorrow it's going to be noticeably different when you go outside in the morning with those dew points in the 50s and overnight lows in the 60s. I keep talking about dew points. Here's what they look like. Much more manageable. Still a little steamy down along the I-10 corridor, but 60s are sneaking in from the northeast, and it's going to continue to kind of funnel this way from the northeast to the southwest over the next 24 hours. Mid-80s around there, low to mid-80s by 10 o'clock, and it looks like we jump up into the low to mid-90s, but it's going to feel more like it's probably 96 to 99 degrees today. Still hot, but much better than 115, and overnight lows, look at them, here they go, dipping down way down into the mid-60s there toward the Mississippi River. That's where that drier air is going to build in first. So overnight lows, these are not dew points, in the 60s, basically east of I-49 and north of I-10. Still very warm down there in New Orleans. If you're headed that way, it looks like it's going to be near 80, but they're near all that water and everything, so that's the way it happens down that way. Mid-90s, mostly clear skies for today, lower humidity, that's the theme. We're going to keep on preaching that, and because of that, I think everything's going to kind of back further to the west. So the HRRR model keeps us fairly dry, in fact keeps us totally dry, so I've taken rain chances down for today. If we see anything develop, it's mainly going to be out there toward Toledo Bend and then maybe down toward Holly Beach, something like that. But here I don't see any storms really in the cards for today. Any storms mainly going to be west and south, as I said, so general thunderstorm outlook from Lake Charles to Lafayette. If you are headed that way, don't be stunned to see a storm, but I still think chances are pretty low. And chances for the next 7 days are fairly low. They do increase toward the end of the forecast, but really not a lot of rain showing up here across the area for the next week or so. So outdoor plans are looking good. Nothing. I mean, look at the tropics. There's just nothing out there in the mid-Atlantic right now. Ernesto probably getting the last advisory on that. You can see it way at the top of the screen. That'll happen today, I think, as this thing starts screaming out toward the northeast, toward Europe. And then nothing in the Gulf. Nothing in the Atlantic. We are looking very good there. 7-day outlook. We're not seeing a thing. So I don't want to say anything to jinx it, but I'm just not going to say anything then. Here's your 7-day forecast. It looks like we're going to be, pretty warm, pretty standard for this time of year. Average high, typical for this time of year, our typical high is around 94. So to see temperatures in that 93 to 95 range, it doesn't get more normal than that. Rain chances come up toward the beginning of next week. Overnight lows in the 60s, returning into the low 70s by the weekend. But I mean, as summers go, I mean, remember last year, we're in the throes of 105 to 110 degree days. This is not bad here. Lots of sunshine, lower humidity. Some areas, someone in northeast parts of this area up toward Faraday, if we went into Tensaw Parish, something like that, we're looking probably at some low 60s out that way. I'm not saying you'll need a jacket, but you could get away with it if you really, really wanted to press the issue very early in the morning. Back toward the end of the month, beginning of September, around or slightly slightly above normal. I don't see any big heat waves. I don't see any big cool downs, and I don't see any big tropical systems coming this way. So we're going to keep rain totals around where they should be for this time of year, which isn't a ton, but I think we'll get at least some rain. I know we had a little bit yesterday. We had more wind than rain by a long stretch, and I did go out and look around and saw tons of limbs down, a couple of trees snapped, but at least in the areas that I looked, it wasn't terrible. But I know that actually Southern Rapides Parish, I got more pictures out of there than anything where we had those trees getting snapped and the limbs and all that stuff. Yes, you made it while I'm still alive. We do need rain. I know we got a little drink yesterday for some, but I know some lost power and had all the negative impact and had like 2 drops or maybe even less. So, yeah. Well, I don't see anything coming in the next several days. Hopefully, with this break in the heat, though, it's going to at least slow the drying for many of you, and then we get the rain chances to probably return for next week. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Have a wonderful Tuesday. Thank you for tuning in. And by the way, this is just another note here for those that are hanging around still. That Igloo Roofing new phone number, that's the one to call now. So if you had the old number in your phone there or something, this one is a way for them to kind of optimize and streamline how they get those calls in and get back to you quickly. So that is the new number, 318-731-3088. I have to get it in my head too. So if you need a roof, you were thinking I'm going to call them today, that right there is the number to call. I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful Tuesday.